Well, hello there. My name is Alexis Green and welcome to another summer vlog. Now, if you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm about to share with you guys a compilation of stories, a little story time for you over the last couple of days because they've been quite eventful. So yesterday I went into work, I was making the dough, and I had about 2 hours left of my shift when the lights begin to flicker. And then all of a sudden my machinery turns off completely. The lights turn off and we're on like backup power. Now I go to the back to look at the power panels and I hear the sorry, I hear the breakers go and I'm like, whoa, So I go get a manager and apparently something outside like blew or got hit or something, and the whole complex was down and it was kind of crazy. Yeah, we lost power for a good like 45 minutes to an hour. And I was just doing what I could after the power went out to help everyone else and start doing other things to help the day progress. And it was kind of crazy. Now for the second story, I am heading out the door this morning around 9 a.m. for my oil change appointment. I go to turn the door to my apartment and the plate that's behind the handle falls to the ground. And then I look in my hand and the handle is in my hand. And I'm thinking, how am I gonna leave the apartment? At first I thought to myself, oh, I can just snap it in place. You know, maybe it just came loose, no big deal. And I don't know if you see the little ring there around the handle piece, but yeah, I realized it broke. It broke from the door. So I began to panic a little bit because I have about 15 to 20 minutes to get down the road to where my oil change appointment is. And I'm like, okay, all right, think. I'm in an escape room. I don't have an hour though. All right, so I see this little square. I'm like, okay, maybe I could just turn this, you know, to the left to get the bolt in so I can just push the door open. But the problem is that little square is too far in. I can't reach it with my fingers. I'm like, okay, let me get some pliers. But the problem with the pliers that I had, they wouldn't get grip on that little square. It was just a bad situation. So then I see, oh, there's some screws. So let me unscrew these pieces. And then I was able to find a screwdriver to unscrew the pieces to get that plate off that was covering the, I guess just the door. I guess it was where the plate for the handle was sitting. But I get to that little square and I'm able to reach it with my fingers now that I unscrewed that plate. So then I turn it and the bolt goes in and I'm able to push the door. I go to my oil change appointment, I get back, and then I didn't think to bring that little square bar with me because that little square bar is a long bar that goes from side to side that the handles move to, you know, bring the bar in, bring the bar out, you know, that inner bar that's, you know, inside your door. I don't really know the name for it, but I could see how all the little mechanisms were working. So thankfully I was able to pay attention to that little puzzle piece. But then I got home and I didn't think to bring that bar with me. Yeah, so I'm like sitting there trying to like turn the bar, but then I can't reach it because I hadn't pushed it far enough through that first time because I'm like, ooh, I just got to get to my appointment. I don't want to be late for this oil change because we got, you know, vacation next month. So I'm sitting there trying to reach it. I get some other pliers that I had in my glove box in my car that Timothy left. And so I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and try to turn this, try to reach it, but I couldn't get grip. So then as I'm trying to reach for that little square bar, it falls through onto the other side of the door. Now I'm officially trapped out of my apartment. So I go to the office and I'm sitting in there and the lady comes up to me. She's like, hey, you need help with anything? I'm like, yeah, I'm the one with the door handle. She's like, oh, she's like, I thought you said that they could get back into the apartment, like the maintenance guys. I said, yeah, but they need the tools and I don't have the tools. And she goes, oh, I thought it just fell off. And I said, no, it's broken. It broke. She calls the maintenance guy. The maintenance guy comes with me. And then I told him, hey, you're gonna need a new door handle. So then he grabs a new one and we get to the apartment. And he's like, uh-oh, I can't open this door. And he's trying with like these pliers, but he's having a hard time getting grip on it. A few minutes later though, he gets a slight grip with his pliers and is able to bring that bar that's in the door out so then he can push the door open. I was like, yay, you know? And then the reason why he wasn't able to just grab a new bar from the box is because the handle that he brought with him is a new design. So we didn't have that perfectly fitting square bar that was in the middle. So yeah, he proceeds to tell me that, you know, they've gotten a lot of calls about these door handles, and he was surprised because I was able to get out, and I'm like, yeah, I just kind of like, it was like a puzzle kind of figuring how everything works, and you know, there's screws, I unscrewed things. I was like, I had to get to my appointment this morning, so, you know, and then he takes that gold bar that was in the middle and puts it in his little toolkit. He's like, I'm gonna save this for later. I'm like, great idea. So I was kind of happy with the way it went down. Not 100% happy, just I guess thankful that it went down that way. So that way it could help people in the future for when he has to reinstall one of these things. He has that little gold bar just in case. So yeah, but I was very thankful for his help. He was a very nice guy, very willing to help. You know, he didn't treat me like I was a burden. So yeah, that was nice. And now we have a new handle. And, you know, I am proud of myself for being able to figure out how the handle works. I mean, it wasn't rocket science, but it seems like it might have been a little too difficult for your average Joe or average Sam or whoever was trying to fix that door or trying to escape their own apartment. But I was determined. I was like, I need this oil change. So yeah, that was very eventful. But yeah, so now we have a new door handle that works. And now I know what to anticipate for the future. So I might keep like a whole toolkit by like somewhere near my front door in my kitchen or something for easy access. So that way if something crazy like this happens again, then I can leave promptly instead of having to like wait on maintenance people. And then I'll have more of a plan next time, I feel like, if this ever happens, which I've never encountered something like this. It's so crazy. So yes, fun times make for great memories and great stories. So let me show you guys our little balcony garden. This will probably be the last update because I think from here everything has pretty much sprouted, bloomed, and fruited as much as it could. So let's go check that out. All right, you guys, another update on the plants. Got my nasturtium under here. Look at these sunflowers. They look so good. Look at this one. But yeah, everything's been growing great. Our tomato plant, some more forget-me-nots. The rosemary is growing wonderfully this year. The succulent, more forget-me-nots. Some basil is growing amazingly. That one tomato plant and some more forget-me-nots. See those blue flowers? Those are forget-me-nots. I got some more tomatoes. Everything is just doing wonderfully this season. Uh-oh, we gotta pick one more. So yeah, like I've said before, I am so happy with the progress on this little balcony garden. I am so happy that we even did it in the first place. It has definitely brought me some joy. And I want to share something with you guys that's very near and dear to my heart. And it's this photo of Natasha, Christian, and I at work. And this little moment began after I ran to my manager and I said, hey, could you help me with something real quick? And then I ran to Natasha and I ran to Christian. I said, come with me real quick. So we all stood together and I was like, all right, we're gonna take a picture together because I don't know when the last time it'll be where all three of us will be together. So Natasha and Christian are two college students that came to work during summer vacation, and they have been a very huge help and joy to be around. And it was great to have them there this summer at work because we had a lot of great conversations and fun times, like helping each other and just being there with each other, and just to have their company was such a joy at work. And I am so thankful that I got to meet them. They're two very hardworking, great people. And Natasha is going to do some great things in her future. She's going to study history, and I'm sure she's going to go on to teach many people. And then Christian is going to be the best graphic designer. Like, he already showed me a lot of his artwork and stuff that he was working on for his portfolio and just schoolwork in general. And he's going to do really well. Like, he has an internship lined up and everything, and he's doing really well. So I'm really proud of the two of them for, you know, going and doing great things for themselves. And it was really cool because, like, I even showed Christian, like, a lot of my collages, and, like, he was really impressed too. So I'm just really sad to see them go, and I don't want to say goodbye, but at least I have this photo for memories. And not only do I have the photo with them, but we also started this little group chat. And this morning in the group chat, I sent the photo of, like, the handle that broke off, and they started sending texts, and all their texts were, like, hilarious. But we have, like, this little inside joke that when I win the lottery, that I'm gonna use the winnings from the lottery to, like, make my escape room, and it's gonna be a super awesome thing. And I've already shared with them all my crazy ideas, and I even told them, once I build this escape room, you guys are gonna get free entry into all my rooms for having to listen to all my crazy ideas. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So there was this text that they sent, one of them sent, I think it was Natasha, but she sent that, oh yeah, this is like practice for your escape room, like escape the apartment. I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm like, I even have the old handle to the apartment door. I'm like, I could put this in a museum on the way out of the escape room. Like, people could walk through the museum, and I'd have that picture of Natasha, Christian, and I in there. And so it's like this whole thing. And yeah, so that was funny. But they were like, oh my goodness, you're actually living in an escape room, essentially. I'm like, yeah, I know, crazy. And I solved it in 15 minutes. That's something I wanted to share with you guys, because it's great to have these friendships that you make along the way. And I'm so thankful for all the different places that I've worked and all the different experiences that I've had where I've gotten to make, like, lifelong friends, or even, like, seasonal friends, you know, friends that you have while you're in college or while you're in high school, or, you know, just different workplaces, but then you'll see them in passing somewhere, or you see them on Facebook and see how they're doing. And it's just great. It really enriches life for sure. So yeah. So the other day I was watching the Bearded Badger's Storyteller on TikTok, and he's this, like, Irish guy from Ireland who does all these different, like, videos on TikTok. And he was sharing how he had just bought the game Horrified. And I didn't realize there's an American edition, because I bought the Universal Monsters edition of the game, and I have yet to play it. Tilly has just nestled herself under the blanket here. I'm nice and warm right now. I think she gets cold easily. So I was watching his TikTok video, and there's an American edition of the Horrified game. And like I said, I have the Universal Studios, like, Monsters version of the game, which looks like this. And here's what the American version looks like. Kind of crazy, but yeah, I didn't know there's these different versions with all these different monsters and everything. I thought that was really neat. Like, I thought it was just one game with just, like, the Universal Monsters, which I'm really big into with, like, Halloween Horror Nights, just Universal Studios in general, and the different movies and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was really neat that they have all these different versions with all these different monsters. The version that he had American monsters, and one of the main monsters was Sasquatch, and I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. So that would be a neat version to own. And then I was at Target today, and I saw another version. I'm trying to remember what the monsters were, but yeah, it was another version aside from those other two that I had just mentioned. But there's so many different versions of this game. And, like, Villainous, I have all of the Villainous ones except for one. I can't remember which expansion pack or version that I don't have. But yeah, for the Villainous games, it's all the different Disney villains, and it's really neat. You know, I love playing board games and stuff, especially with Timothy. So yeah. What'd you just do?
I saved a life.
You saved a life?
Yeah, the first aid training, you know, is definitely paying off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Helped it and put it outside. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So I got some Chick-fil-A for lunch today, and then on the cup it says, "Are you in?" or "You in?" One's the title of a song. Anyways, but yeah, on the cup it said, "You in?" And apparently Chick-fil-A has a little game in their app. So I went into the app, played the game, and here's what that game looked like.
Time to burn rubber.
Let's split up and meet down the road.
It's so fun. All the pain I want. Woohoo!
Well done, soldier.
All the pain I want. Woohoo! Sorry. Sorry. Oh wow, best carrot ever! It's smooth sailing from here. Is that a squirrel? All the pain I want. Woohoo! We're so close. Victory!
So yeah, that little car racing game on the Chick-fil-A app is really neat. And those little characters are actually connected to a little short film. So if you go within the Chick-fil-A app, you can watch the short film and play the game. And after you play the game, you get a little reward. And I got a brownie. So I get a free Chick-fil-A brownie, which I'm pretty excited to have. And here's tonight's dinner. We got some lettuce wraps, and they're pork lettuce wraps. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun sharing all these crazy stories with you guys and just a bunch of random stuff. But I really, truly hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stay tuned for more. Bye!